Alright, you know the vibe. It's your boy Just Biggs. We locked in on the block. We got your boy.
YP the General, FTM General, nigga.
Okay. So going out here in your voice like ain't no Floridian. Like, where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, raised in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia to be exact. You feel me? Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York.
I know I wasn't bugging because I heard it. You know what I mean? Okay. So what was it like living in Brooklyn?
I mean, growing up in Brooklyn, bro, that shit was. In my hood, bro, everybody that I grew up with was like generations and generations of family, you feel me? From everybody in my building, you feel me? Their parents grew up with my moms and shit. So when kids growing up together, like, we grew up like one big ass family on the block, you feel me? So I mean, I left New York when I was like 9, I moved to Virginia and shit, but we used to go back every Christmas break, every Thanksgiving break, all of that shit. So I mean, like, I left New York young, but I was there every chance I got, you feel me?
Nice. How long did you live in Virginia for?
I ain't even gonna hold you. Virginia's where a nigga got his stripes. Like, real rap. That's when a nigga got his stripes. Like, a nigga jumped off the porch. That's where I started, like, really doing that trap shit, that street shit. Like, that's where my whole persona come from, for real. Shit, I moved to Virginia when I was, like, 9. I think I left Virginia and moved to Florida when I was, like, 16. So, I mean, really, all of my adolescence, you know, them learning years, I was in Virginia, you feel me?
Would you consider your music coming from Virginia or New York? Like, where did that background?
It's gonna be like a best of both worlds because I grew up on all the, you know, the Biggie and shit like that. You feel me? All that New York wordplay. Like, if you listen to my music now, you can tell, like, I got a southern flow with an up north wordplay. You feel me? And a lot of niggas gonna be like, yeah, you know, like, it makes it hard for a lot of southern niggas to fuck with it. But I mean, what's the new wave? Like, French Montana and all them niggas, they got that southern style, you feel me? But that wordplay, you just can't get rid of that shit. That's me.
Okay. So how long you been doing this music thing?
Shit, I've been rapping about, I'm say probably about 14, 15 years, easy.
Well,
I started rapping with my older brother, my sister baby father, Fo, and my bro Ghost. The first time I ever recorded a track, my bro Ghost recorded us, like, first time in the studio and everything. Like,
shout out to Ghost.
Yeah, shout out to the big bro, you feel me? That nigga seen my elevation, you feel me? That nigga seen me evolve into that monster I am today.
What was the first song that you ever did?
Man, the first song I ever did, I think was me and my bro Fo. We had did that Rocco beat. A lot of niggas don't even remember this shit. We had did that Rocco I'ma Do Me beat, bro. And bro, we had this weird ass setup on the computer desk with the mic hanging over the corner. Like, bro, that shit was ass.
So
that shit, bro, listen, nobody heard that shit but me and Big Bro, bro. Like,
so who was Fo?
Fo, that's my older brother, my brother-in-law. That's my brother that showed me how to rap. You feel me? My oldest brother. You feel me? That nigga showed me how to rap. When me and that nigga first started, he used to, like, help me write my verses and shit like that till I got the fundamentals of that shit and I started writing my own shit. You feel me? But it's like, that's my big bro. You feel me?
So
like,
he's the first person that got you into music?
Yeah, bro. Like, growing up, when we was in Virginia and shit, you know, I was more of a street nigga. And him, his little brother, you feel me, and a couple more of my homies and shit, them niggas used to rap. And I always liked the fundamentals of that shit. I always loved music and shit, but I ain't never think about no rapping shit. So when I used to hear them niggas used to come through and violate some shit, you feel me? The digitape, I remember that shit. But them niggas used to violate some shit so fucking hard, bro. And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do that shit one day. So when I moved to Florida slowed me the fuck down. It was literally nothing out here. I stayed in Poinciana, Florida, Village 7. That shit was boring. Anybody that know them sides of town know that shit. Baka Bush.
So I even hear a Jamaican accent too.
Yeah. My mom's is Jamaican. My pops is Trinity, but I don't really play them sides like that. I only play them sides like that.
Okay. So, how long you been doing music for?
I've been fucking with the music for about, I want to say since I was like 16, 17.
16, 17.
Yeah, about 17. So I give it like a good 14, 13, 14.
Okay. What's the best song that you feel you ever released?
The best song I have ever released would have to be, I think I released this song on SoundCloud, if I'm not mistaken. No Feelings.
No Feelings.
That was like one of my, that right there, No Feelings. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's on SoundCloud. If it's not on SoundCloud, I get it up on all streaming platforms. But No Feelings was one of them songs, like I feel like that shit made me do a whole 360 as an artist, you feel me? That was like one of my first mainstream songs that could have like went off. And that right there, that song came from pressure. I was going through a lot at that time. I felt like I had a lot to prove. Me and my bro Ghost had a little falling out at that time, and it kind of like it made me like, you know, we had you know, BLM is always gonna be the family. It's always love, you feel me? But I felt like at that point in time we was going through so much as a group, as one, that me and Ghost should have never went through, because, you know, like we the originators of this shit. We made a pact, and that was that, you feel me? There wasn't no beef, it wasn't no malice and no shit like that, but I just felt like at that point in time I had to go do my own thing. And that's how I started FTM and shit like that, you know. But
what
No
does
Feelings.
FTM stand for?
FTM, for the money. Everything we do, we wake up, we grind, we gotta take care of our family, pay our bills, everything's for the money, bro. You could sugarcoat that shit and say, oh, you ain't doing it for the money, but what we out here really living for?
True. I really think. So what inspired you to do the Remember Them Nights EP?
That Remember Them Nights, bro, that shit is just more or less like a flashback of me remembering where I came from, remembering what I went through, remembering what I had to do to get where I'm at now, you feel me? So Remember Them Nights is more or less like, I grew up in the trenches, you feel me? Like really in the trenches. Like I jumped off the porch at 12. Like my big bro Sue, my bro Vaughn, like we was really out here serving and doing all this shit. Young age, bro. We was young, doing that shit, robbing, fucking selling dope, selling crack, all that shit from a young age, you feel me? So RTM, like I ain't gonna never forget where I came from. Mind you, I mean, I ain't really gotta do none of that shit right now, because I mean, you put yourself in a position of power. But I mean, I would never forget where I came from, so I'm always gonna remember them days.
That's a fact. Okay. So who the members of FTM?
FTM, it's me, myself, my bro Ghost, and my bro Tavich, and we got another member, Mikey, but Mikey moved out to Georgia. He ain't no artist or nothing, he just, you know, staying.
So what was your thought process when you was writing Thought Mind?
Thoughtful Mind? Yeah, that Thoughtful Mind was crazy, bro. Thoughtful Mind is actually a real life story. You know, only the niggas around me, the niggas close to me, gonna know where that story originated from, or how it came about. My nigga Tavich, my bro Goals and shit like that. All the niggas know where that story come from, but Thoughtful Mind more or less was just like, you know, a storytelling, you know, like if you gonna choose a path, stick to it. It's not bad to be a square, you feel me? If you a school nigga, be a school nigga. If you're a street nigga, be a street nigga. Don't try to portray somebody that you're not, you feel me? Because when that pressure hit, pressure busts pipes, you feel me? Not everybody can hold that pressure. So if you're a school nigga, don't come out here picking up my ticks and all of that shit. Talking about you're a gunman, and then when police come, like, you don't want to snitch on everybody. Nigga, you ain't built like that, nigga. Stick to the books. Because every street nigga need a book nigga around him, you feel me?
That's a fact. So speaking of, you know, street nigga and, you know, Ray, you had a movie called Money Train. You played the nerd.
Oh,
I definitely was dying.
I know it, man.
I couldn't believe you.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold this. A lot of people that laughed at me behind that shit. But at the end of the day, like, I had to play a part. Yeah. And when they first gave me the role, I told them niggas like, nah, fuck out of here. I ain't playing that shit. Like, I'm not even living like that. Like, y'all niggas is trying to diss me. But really, at the end of the day, dogs, some say, yo, play your part, whatever. You feel me? When they gave me the storyline of how I would have broke down if we would have kept shooting, then I ain't gonna tell y'all. But it would have been something nice. But on another note, like, niggas been having little talks and shit. Like, a lot of people been asking for us to bring that shit back and keep it going.
Just ask, like, you know, it's been a while. Even I'm still thinking, like, yo, I'm still here waiting for a part 2, and it's been years.
Yeah.
So wow, now everything done, you know, step up. What's up?
I mean, now that we all in-house, we can definitely put it into the works, you feel me? Like, me and bro was just sitting down not too long ago on FaceTime, and we was talking about this shit, like, yo, we need to start a part 2. So bro started with the script, he shot me, you know, the opening scenes and shit like that, and So now what we're trying to do is incorporate the old Money Train with the new shit and kind of try to like build it up, make it better, you feel me, at 2.0 and just keep it running, you know what I mean?
So I heard everything I do is in-house. So I do studio, rapping, photography.
Yeah, definitely, like, we done spent bread, like I done spent bread in other studios and shit like that. I done $400 or $500 in the studio session to the point where like I just said, fuck it, I went and got my own studio equipment. I built my own little studio at the crib and shit, and I learned the program to my liking, you feel me? Now, me, Tav, Ghost, like everything we do, we in-house, you feel me? Like, I record these niggas, I mix these niggas, master, you feel me? We got Ghost, shout out to Shoot 'em Up Film, you feel me? That's my brother over there, you feel me? But he do all the photography, he did the artwork for my EP, he did all the videos, everything. Like everything that we doing is in-house. We not outsourcing for nothing.
Okay. I see you have a featured artist on the EP, Savage. Is he the only artist you did a collab with?
I mean, on future projects, I'm gonna have more features. I'm gonna have a feature for my bro Ghost. I'm gonna have a feature for my bro AP Turk. I'm gonna have a feature for my nigga Chuck. You feel me? My 36 niggas. Like, I got songs with mad niggas, bro. But I felt like for my first project, I wanted to introduce FTM. You feel me? My bro Ghost had his introduction with the videos, and everybody already know me and Ghost. We blood brothers, mud brothers. You feel me? But Tabbage was like Savage was more or less like newer to the scene, so I felt like I wanted to introduce him. That's why I made him the only feature on that tape.
Nice. Okay. I also see the video, do my gang video, like you really be on them bikes, like
wow. On that my gang shit, yeah, bro. A lot of people ask me that shit, like, yo, who's that on the bike? Like, you had some nigga that was really me stunting on that shit.
I didn't believe it.
It was a lot of motherfuckers didn't believe that shit, bro. And it's like, I go get my bike right now and show y'all like, I really does this shit. You feel me? Really on that bike life shit. Before Meek made it hot, nigga.
I also seen the last video that you put out, Some Money Fire. How come that didn't make it on the EP?
That was me and that was Fo. Me and Fo on that one.
Okay.
You feel me? Me and bro, we actually shot that video and made that song within like 48 hours, bro. So, yeah, bro, but by the time me and him did it, I think I was already adding the finishing touches to the tape. I could have put it on there, but I feel like I wanted to use it as a single. That way I could either put it on a up-and-coming tape or I could just release it as a straight-up single, you feel me? But I know we was definitely gonna drop it with the video and everything, and then had to get all the paperwork and everything cleared up and all of that shit. So, yeah, so we just using that shit as a single for right now.
Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of talented artists out there that really don't get enough recognition as they should.
Yeah.
And what do you think? What do you think about that?
I feel like more or less you just gotta be yourself. Like everybody's trying to follow in the shadows of another big artist because he made it, so they feel like, okay, if I bite his flow, if I follow his wave, I can get on that same platform. You gotta be yourself, you gotta stand out, you gotta do something different, you feel me? Like, you always gotta do something different. So, I just feel like, you know, more or less making it your bitch and fucking it.
True. I really think. So that's how you feel about the hip hop scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta lock that shit down. You gotta be different.